morning, everybody, or afternoon or evening. I don't know if you've seen that. It is morning, afternoon here for us. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm glad to have you. My name is Jenna Lynn. So this is new for my channel. I haven't uploaded in a while, but it's been crazy and stressful and a lot going on. But me and my husband decided to take a few days away to ourselves and just, relax, kind of. Explore a new place. So we decided to come to Chicago. As you can tell by the title, we are here. We got here early. Our check-in's not till 4 and we got here at like 11. So we're trying to buy time, and we just went to TJ Maxx. I just picked up dryer balls and a picture frame. I know, random, right? But we are gonna go check out Portillo's. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. It is a really well-known hot dog, just like all good food, I guess, here in Chicago. I watched lots of vlogs and everybody recommended to go to that place, so we are gonna go there and check it out. It's about 30 minutes from us. We're still on the outskirts kind of Chicago. We're not in the south side though. We're heading up that way, but we're going into the heart of Chicago, go towards all the parks and stuff. But we're gonna go check this restaurant out. I heard it's really cool on the inside, and we're gonna go try the famous Chicago dog and maybe some other things, and maybe just share them all and taste them, and I will let you guys know how that tastes, and I will vlog when I get there. So this is Portillo's. It is in Chicago. They have multiple locations, but this one I feel like is like the most well-known. I feel like the tourist location. I definitely highly recommend checking it out. It does seem very busy, but they are very, very sufficient on time, and the details and like the decor in there are really fun and cool to look at. So I definitely recommend going there and check it out. The prices are very good. We got the Chicago style dog, of course, and it was about $3.25, and then the Italian beef sandwich, which was about $6, and then we got a fry, and me and my husband ended up sharing that, and as you can see, it was so good. I highly recommend it, of course, when you're there. And like I said about time, they are very good. Like for how packed it was, we got our food, ordered and got our food within less than, I would say, 5 minutes. It was so good. So I wanted to give you some details on our hotel. We did stay with the Homewood Suites Inn by Hilton on Jefferson Avenue. We did stay in the heart of downtown Chicago, and I wanted to let you guys know that you can find very affordable hotels down there. Just got to look around. I always book all of my hotels no matter where I travel through booking.com. I always find the best deals and the best comparable prices around in the area. So I highly recommend checking out booking.com for your hotel needs. I'm telling you, you will find the best prices. This hotel was very nice. I love the full kitchen and the accommodations there, and it was very affordable. Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 in Chicago. Kind of whispering, but hopefully you guys can hear me. We got up kind of late, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Went down, ate breakfast, and then we just got ready. My husband's getting ready. It is snowing a little bit today, just a little. It's just flurrying, mixture with like rain. And we are gonna call an Uber and see how that goes. And we don't use it all that often because we live in the country, so we don't really have Ubers where we are. But we are gonna go to Millennium Park, Lincoln Park, and Navy Pier. And we might do Willis Tower today, if not maybe tomorrow. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with me and show you guys those things. So yeah, I figured I would let you guys know that, and I will check in when we get to those places. It's cold.
Yes.
Freezing.
Why do we like to go places in the summer?
We always choose vacations. I feel like, well, the past 2 anyway, DC and here, cities, in the middle of, or late December when it's freezing cold outside. Well, I like the cold though, for the most part. The problem is it's not so much that it's cold, but it stands up to its title, the Windy City, and the winds, which makes it even colder. But where are we going? We gotta go to the right? Is that where the indoor stuff is? The African stuff, like the birdhouse. So we're gonna walk to that. My hands are cold, so I'm putting my phone away. We're in the birdhouse. Hold on, let me turn this up. Let me show you guys these vultures. They are massive. Although the camera will not do it justice. He's got his face laying on the fence. Aww, buddy. He's kind of cute. He's actually really cute to me. Aww. He's like, he's got his beak rested on the fence sleeping. He's probably depressed because he can't spread his massive, like 6-foot wingspan wings to fly in there. It's kind of sad, really. So the first stop we made on the second day we were there was the zoo. I do highly recommend going here. It is free. I really enjoyed it. It was a little cool, but they had plenty of indoor places that were heated, so I felt like it was nice and you hardly noticed the cold air. But I wanted to let you guys know to stay tuned to the very end of the video. I am giving out a few tips and tricks on things to do while you're there, things that are affordable, things that are free. Of course, we love free to save a little bit of money because vacations can get very expensive and they add up very quickly. So stay tuned to the end and I will let you guys know on how to save some money because we definitely had to save some money, especially around the holidays. It can be very expensive, but I want you guys to know and feel that if you want to travel, you definitely can do so and on a budget. So we are at, what is this called? Giordano's Pizza. Between this or the I don't remember, it was Lou something. We've tried to get pizza all day long, and they're like a 2-hour wait everywhere. Because we tried the Giordano's on the Navy Pier, like I said, and it was a 2-hour wait. And then we went to that other place, and it was a 2-hour wait. So then we rode the L, and had to do like a transfer, and came to this one. It was about a 25-minute wait, so it wasn't as bad. I'm not really sure what part of town we're at, but we've got recommendations for both. So we'll see how this turns out. It looks amazing. You can't come to Chicago without trying Chicago-style pizza, so I'll definitely let you know how it tastes. But we're tired. I don't even know if they're going to be able to hear me, but I will check in after dinner. I might show you guys some of it when we get it. And then we're heading back to the hotel, right? Because I'm so tired. Morning, y'all. Afternoon. It is, 12 o'clock here. We actually, let me turn the car off because it's kind of loud and I don't need it on. We just checked out of our hotel. We checked out kind of early. And we came over here to Millennium Park because we didn't get a chance to come here yesterday. So my husband's actually currently paying. You probably can't see him. Kind of. He's that brown like dot back there. So he's gonna go ahead and pay, and we're gonna walk around. We've got to go see, you know, the cloudscape or whatever, like the big bean everybody calls it. I think it's like a true thing to do when you're in Chicago, is go see that and take a picture with it. So we're gonna go do that. And I'll show a little bit of that, of course, take pictures, and then we're gonna get on the road because we are heading to Mishawaka, Indiana to meet up with someone we met. My husband plays with him, like he's a game nerd online, and he's been playing with him for years, and he lives over there. So we're finally gonna meet up with him, and we're actually going to stay there at the Hilton, and we're gonna go to a local brewery and go tour the Notre Dame campus, and they are actually like, what is it? Cotton Bowl or some cotton something, I don't know, tournaments, so it's a big going on right now there, so we're gonna go do that, but I will check in with you when we get to the bean. He's here. He's like, come on woman, get out of the car. Okay everybody, so I just wanted to give you a couple tips and tricks like I mentioned earlier on in the video, so thank you for staying till the end, I appreciate it. So I'm going to go over a few things that I learned and experienced while I was there, and a way to help you all when you go, if you decide to go, and a couple other different cities too. I mean, you could take this into consideration to any major cities you go to save a little bit of money. So I know when we go on trips, some trips, they're very spur of the moment. We may still be tight on money, but we want to go and experience these things. And I want you to feel like that if you want to travel more and you want to experience new things for yourself as well, maybe you're a little bit tight on money, you can still do it. You just got to plan things out. And it doesn't always necessarily meaning to do all the touristy things that are going to cost a lot of money. First thing that I want to kind of discuss is about parking. But if you're driving like we did, most hotels offer parking, but it is very expensive. I know our hotel was $50 a night. We stayed 2 nights. Or no, I'm sorry. It was $60 a night. We ended up staying 2 nights. It was going to be $120 for parking. That's crazy. Because it will go into my next tip for you guys, but don't pay for hotel parking. It's not worth it. Yes, it's indoor. You can pay a little extra for valet. I wouldn't recommend doing that either. We ended up finding a parking spot around the block from us. It was probably one of the only ones there, and there's limited parking, but you can go on there and try and find parking. I think we searched ours on like Google Maps, and it will just search parking, and it will bring up and ping all these different spots of parking, and you can find out where your hotel is and see parking lots that are by your hotel. We found one. It was $38 for 2 nights, and it was in and out, so it allowed you to take your car in and out as much as you wanted. That one was gone on our way there. We didn't book it in time. So we ended up finding another one that was just around the corner from our hotel. It was literally a 2-minute walk. I don't even think it was that. It was just right behind our hotel. It was, again, $38 for 2 nights, and it did not allow in and out, but we did not use our car the whole time we were there. We used it, of course, when we were driving in, because you do have to reserve a time slot. We reserved ours for 2 p.m. in the afternoon because our check-in at our hotel was 4. But now, another thing, hotels will allow you to check in early as long as your room is available. So I called ahead of time, and I also put in there that I was coming in early. Our room was available, so we ended up getting our hotel 2 hours earlier than check-in. So definitely check in with your hotel. Call them ahead of time if you get into town early, and ask if your room's ready, because sometimes, most of the time, if it's ready, you can go ahead and go in early. So we went ahead and did that, got our parking spot. We parked our car. Now, since we did arrive early, like I mentioned in the beginning of the vlog, that we got there really early in the morning, we did end up driving around the city to find some food. We did go to Portillo's, which is a very, very busy restaurant. It is a tourist destination in Chicago, but their time management there was incredible. You ordered your food, you got your food literally in less than 5 minutes, even showing you guys how packed it was. It was very reasonable on price. Some of the restaurants there can be very pricey. So again, there's a lot of options there and different cuisines to eat and try different foods out, and don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. I think we spent $12 on a Chicago dog and a tiny beef sandwich and a fry, and we shared it. We don't drink soda, so we always get water. Water is always free pretty much everywhere you go, so that saves you some money there if you drink a lot of water. And we shared that meal, and it filled both of us up, and we were comfortable. But parking is very far and in between in the cities. And if you do find a parking garage, it's going to be pretty expensive to park for an hour or 2 hours. So I do recommend driving around. There is meters on the side of the road. If you can find parking, you may have to walk a block or two, but we got lucky and we parked on the same block as the restaurant. We just pay at the meter. You pay for an hour, some require minimum 2 hours. I think it was $8. But the parking garage, it was literally right, the entrance was next to our car. It was $15 for the hour. It's crazy, you guys. You can save money. Just make sure you check out for parking. So anyways, after that, we went ahead and checked our car into our parking spot. We paid $38 for the weekend, and it saved us a buttload. $82? Yeah, $82 is what it saved us in parking. That is extra money in our pockets to do whatever we wanted to, or just to save, because who doesn't like saving some money? So that is definitely something I recommend. Now, if you're parking your car, or even if you're flying in and you're not driving, don't rent a car. You don't want to drive in the city. The drivers there, especially if you're not used to it, is crazy. It's crazy, the parking, the drivers there. It's just like DC, New York. If you've ever been in major cities, the parking, I feel like the road lines there are just non-existent, and they don't really mean anything there. So if you're not used to that kind of driving, you probably don't want to drive in the city anyway. It's not fun. So then there comes rideshare if you want to get an Uber or Lyft. But I wanted to mention, we did take Uber. We took Uber. We did 3 rides, you guys, 3 rides on that Saturday morning, and it cost us $60 in rideshare. I don't know if it was because it was surging and they don't tell you anymore when they're surging prices, so when it's doubled or tripled the normal rideshare, but they're all of our rides within a mile, 2 miles, I mean short distances, were like $15, $16 a ride. So we rode from our hotel to Lincoln Park, we went to the zoo, and then we took it to the zoo, from the zoo to Navy Pier. It was crazy, you guys. It's super, super expensive. I don't recommend using it if you don't have to. When we went to a different store up from town, local told us about VIA. It's VIA. It is another rideshare program that they have, but just in 3 cities: Chicago, DC, and New York. So if you're in those 3 major cities, it's not as popular as an app. I feel like even, I mean, the locals will of course know about it, but a lot of people from out of towners and tourists don't know about that rideshare app. They go to Uber or they go to Lyft, and it's going to be way more expensive because they're surging, because there's more riders and less drivers, if that makes any sense. So check out VIA. If you can go into a store and find a local maybe and get lucky, or know someone that can give you a code, they can actually send you their little name if they have the app, and they can give you a free $20. I don't know if it really necessarily benefits them. I don't know if they get a free ride out of it or maybe a discount. But he gave us, at the local store, he's the guy who told us about it, give us $20. And you break that up over 4 rides. It discounts $5 for each ride. We knew we weren't going to use it that much, but it helped us out. So every ride we took from then on out was $5. compared to $16. So that saved us a ton of money as well, and I really appreciate that guy for helping us out. I think I still have the app downloaded. I might have a code. So if you guys are going to Chicago, DC, or New York and you want to check out Via, I'll link my little name. I'm sure I can find it like he did, and he just gave us our name, and you just put it in the app and you will get your $20 code. I don't know how long it's good for because I'm new to the app. That was the only time I used it. If it's good for a long period of time, but if you're going soon, you want to go ahead and use my name down below. It will save you $20. Like I said, $5 off 4 rides. It's a good deal. I definitely highly recommend it, checking that out. Check out Via if you're going to those cities, especially Chicago. Another way of transportation down there is, of course, the metro, but I feel like the easiest was, if you know how to navigate subways, is the L train, the subway, whatever you want to call it. I believe it might be the L there in Chicago. Is the quickest, easiest, cheapest way to get around. So the way it works down there, you can buy an all-day pass and a card, and you can reload it, put more money on it, but I know we were only using it for the day, so we ended up buying a $3 one-trip kind of pass. So it was $3 for me, $3 for my husband. It only cost us $6, and you can ride, I think, as many times as you can in a 2-hour window. I think that's what it was. So we had 2 hours, and we can get on and off the subway as much as we can fit into those 2 hours. And we knew we weren't going very far. We kind of time-lotted. We were going to Wicker Park, which was nighttime. We just wanted to walk the streets, check out all the shops, and I think is when we were trying to find some pizza, which I will get into in a minute. So definitely check out the L. If you know you're not going to be using it that much, or even you are, you can buy an all-day pass for $10 and get on and off of it as much as you want. That L has many trains going in all different directions in the downtown vicinity. So if you know you're staying around downtown, which is most of where anything is, you can ride the L. You might have to walk a couple blocks to get to the entrances or whatever to get on one, but I definitely highly recommend using the L once we figured it out, because we have rode the subway before in DC. It's pretty easy when you walk in. There's maps telling you, and even you can go on Google Maps. It will have the colors of each car on what direction it's going, so it can kind of tell you on which one you need to get on and what stop you need to get off. So it's pretty easy to figure out once you get the hang of it, but I definitely recommend checking that out because it will save you, again, a ton of money. Next tip I want to give you, I guess, will be the food, kind of. If you want to check out Chicago style pizza, which of course I feel like is a staple when you're visiting the city, there's 2 that they were named off to us. So you get some people that say Giordano's, I think it's Giordano's, was the best. They got the best filling, they got the best whatever, meat on it or whatever. And then we met a couple other locals that recommend Illuminati's. I could not remember that name when I got in the video. I'm like, what was it called again? But it's Illuminati's. That's another one we did not get to try. We tried to eat it, but the lines are insane. There's one on Navy Pier, Giordano's on Navy Pier. It is a 2-hour wait, you guys. We checked it out. That Navy Pier is a high, like on the list tourist destination, and it is packed 24/7. I don't recommend trying out any of the restaurants on Navy Pier because you're gonna wait. Unless you're not starving, then you might have a chance to order in. But if you're hungry, I don't recommend eating at any of the restaurants there. So we tried that one first. Again, the wait was crazy. We then hopped on a subway, tried to go to a different location, maybe wouldn't have been as packed. The wait was still 2 hours for Illuminati. So we got on the subway again and tried a different pizza place. We went to Giordano's, which I showed you. The wait there was 45 minutes, but they ask you to place your order ahead of time while you're waiting on your table. So we went ahead and did that, and by the time we got our table, we sat down. We only had to wait, I think, 20 minutes for our pizza, which was way better than 2 hours. So there's plenty of these restaurants around the city. Try and find one that maybe is a little further out. Maybe it's not going to be as busy. It's not around a bunch of other stuff. You might have a better chance of getting a table a little sooner. It is on Lake Michigan. It is a gorgeous lake. The water there is so pretty and blue, and it's still got waves. To me, it looks like the ocean. And if I could choose Lake Michigan over the ocean, I would choose that one, because we went to Michigan on a trip this past summer, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved it, and it's not saltwater, which I'm not a fan of. But anyways, getting off topic, It is beautiful. There is beaches in Chicago, if you didn't know. There is a sandy beach. You can go and swim in the lake. To me, it feels just like the ocean, but it's just so much cleaner and clearer, and it doesn't dry your skin. It's beautiful. So I definitely recommend checking it out in the summer because you can go swimming on Lake Michigan, which is another way, if you're not close to the ocean and you live more up north on like the East Coast, West Coast, and you're close to any of the Great Lakes, I definitely recommend checking them out, especially Lake Michigan, because you can go swimming in those. It feels just like the ocean, but it's close to your home, and it is free. So I definitely recommend checking out that in the season of those seasons, like warmer seasons. The wintertime I like, but again, you're gonna be outside most of the time, and it is a little cooler. But I wanted to let you know, Lincoln Park Zoo, which I did show you some clips of, it is free. And DC has a park too, a zoo that is free, and of course, all the museums. The museums in Chicago are not free. They do cost a little bit of money, so does the aquarium, but the zoo is free, which is nice because where I live, any zoos around us can be pretty expensive and they're not free. So it's nice to check out all the local zoos when I travel to these cities because they're free, which is incredible. And I love animals. I'm an animal lover, and I like seeing the different zoos and what they have set up and the different buildings and the different plants and species and stuff. It's nice. So I definitely recommend checking out Lincoln Park Zoo. Again, it doesn't cost anything to get in. So me and my husband spent a good chunk of our main whole day there at the zoo, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And there is a lot of indoor buildings you can go in and get out of the weather if it's raining, it's snowing, it's cold, whatever. It's very nice. It's warm in there. It's kind of like the tropics. So I definitely recommend checking them out. That is one of them, Lincoln Park Zoo again. Millennium Park is another well-known tourist location, but they had, in the winter months, they have ice skating. There's a couple different ice skating rinks there, so if you're into ice skating, you can definitely check that out. It's not free, but I don't feel like it's too expensive. We did not get a chance to do that. But of course, you have Cloudscape, I think is what it's called. It's the giant silver bean that reflects the city skyline. We went kind of on a gloomy day, but it's nice. It's huge. It's probably going to be packed because, again, it's a tourist destination, but I feel like that's kind of one of your typical things to check out. We did check out Millennium Park real quick before we left the city, but it's a cool place to take pictures. If you like that for the Instagram or whatever, you can definitely go check that out. We did for sure. And the skyline over there is so pretty because it butts up against Lake Michigan, and it just reflects the sky and the clouds and the buildings. And again, it's free. So I definitely highly recommend checking that out as well. But I wanted to touch base on a couple other things and options you can have while you're there in the city. We did not do it. There's, of course, Willis Tower. You can go up to the very tippity top of the highest building there, and you can see, and there's like glass windows. There's even a glass box you can go in and see 360 views of the entire city skyline. And most of the time you can purchase a ticket where you can go twice in the day and go once in the daylight and once at night and see all the city lights. I think it's about $20 a person around there. So it's not too expensive. We just ran out of time to get the chance to do it, but I definitely recommend checking that out if you want to see the whole skyline and the lake. It's gorgeous. And if you go, you can do, let me just say this first, and if you go in the wintertime, there is riverboat tours on the Chicago River or whatever. There's also bus tours you can take you around the city, and they'll give you some details and talk about the architecture of the buildings there and the history of Chicago. So that's pretty cool if you really want to learn more and see all that kind of, and really take it all in and experience Chicago. It's not free. I feel like they're pretty reasonably priced. The riverboats are a little bit more expensive, but if you don't have Groupon, I definitely highly recommend downloading Groupon, because if you're in the city and you want to go to a spa or get your nails done, maybe you just want a pamper day, the riverboat tours, there's concerts, there's comedy shows, there's Broadway shows, there's always discounts on Groupon. So another way to save money is definitely checking out Groupon and see if there's any sales on any things around there. You could definitely do some more things and save a little bit of money. But if you go in the summertime, I could imagine the riverboat tour being pretty fantastic. So I know for sure when I go back in the summer, I'm probably going to check out the riverboat tour because I just love water and love being on the boats. But that's it for my tips. Hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. If you're planning a trip to the city, Chicago, or really any city, I would definitely take some of these tips into consideration to save you guys a little bit of coin. But I hope you guys enjoyed these tips, and I hope you enjoyed my vlog. We do travel quite a bit, but I have never vlogged any of my trips before, so I think I'm going to start doing that and hopefully help you guys out if you're planning any trips to these locations, to help you save some money or some time or good things to check out, or what's a waste of time. So hopefully this helps you guys out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't, consider subscribing before you leave, because I appreciate it. Helps me out, lets YouTube know that this is something you guys like seeing, and it kind of puts it out there for everybody else to see, and maybe I can help more people out. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, and I will see you super soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks so much for stopping by, y'all. If you want to check out other videos of mine, whether you're into cleaning videos or DIYs, definitely hit some of the links above. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Just hit the center icon. And thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next video.